Everybody, Brian here from touringplans.com. Okay, this one's a little different. Normally, I will do theme parks. Disney World, Disneyland, Universal Orlando. I think those are basically all the ones. Oh, I did Euro Disney, Disneyland Paris. We called it Euro Disney for 20 years. Yay. But today is really different. I am at an all-inclusive resort on the Cancun Riviera in Mexico. Some of you may know this, some of you may not. At Touring Plans, in 2020, we started a travel agency, also called Touring Plans, even though it's a separate division of the company. But I am one of the managers, along with the fabulous Annette Jackson, of the agency, which is one of the reasons you haven't seen many videos from me. Other reason, of course, something about a global pandemic. Who can remember? Being that we are a travel agency now, and we don't just book trips to theme parks. We have quite a few travel agents now, and many of them are experts in Disney World, just like we at Touring Plans were before they joined us. But we also have some that are experts in cruises and all-inclusives and anything you want to do or any place you want to go. So I'm kind of doing this as a test to see how you like these kind of things. And of course, I'm still going to do Disney World videos and stuff like that. I can't leave it behind. But I would also like to do stuff like this because this is actually the balcony of my room. You will see the room at the end of the video. I'm going to show you around the resort first, then come back and show you the room. It's currently January of 2020. No, 2021. Let's not go backwards. I'll talk a little bit as I go about some of the safety measures and things like that. Part of the reason I'm doing the intro here on my balcony is because I am not masked here. I will be masked at least most of the time that I'm walking around later. Now, as we walk around the resort here, you will see most people not wearing masks. The resort is like 99% outdoors. It's really only dining establishments that are truly enclosed by four walls, and they are requiring masks when you go in and out of there. The outdoor sections, they're not requiring it. Most people are not wearing one. I've been trying to, and when I'm not, in the pool or eating or drinking, which in the pool eating and drinking is kind of a game, I guess. So, but I will be wearing one most of the time I'm walking around. So I will try to take my mic to my swim shirt. We'll see how that goes, and hopefully you'll be able to hear me fine, and we'll go. But let's start out front near the lobby, and I'll meet you back here at the end, okay? Okay, so now we are out in front of the hotel. This is the main entrance where you would drive in. It does say now Sapphire over there somewhere. I can't really see it on the screen, but a little behind the scenes stuff. You will notice me wearing different shirts, the sound being a little different, the video being a little shakier at times. As I've been here, this is our third day here now. We actually go home tomorrow. I wanted to get a little bit of a feel for the place before I shot the video. And I am shooting, as I normally do, fairly early in the morning. It's about, I don't know, 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, I think. So you're not going to see a ton of guests around. I do that on purpose just so I can get, clear shots usually. And as I found it, Epcot especially, the more drunk people there are around, the harder this gets to do. So I didn't want to wait until afternoon, but I've been taking videos with my phone and stuff as I go. So you might notice some shakier when I don't have the stabilizer on, things like that. So if you see a shot and you're like, ooh, this is a little shaky and bad, just give it a second. It'll cut back to a better one. I just wanted you to also see what it looked like when there were actual, people in the shots. I did mention, I know that you'll see a lot of the guests without masks outside. You will not see staff without masks. I have not seen any staff members not wearing masks totally. This behind me is the lobby. A lot of these kind of Asian inspired Zen pools that I absolutely love. But I will stop taking up most of the screen now and flip you around and let's walk through. So when you enter, this is basically the first thing you see. It's these amazing Zen pools. They have everywhere. Every time you go into a restaurant, when you come in the lobby, they have these mats that have sanitizer on them. You have to wipe your shoes, hand sanitizer. Like I said, whenever you go inside a place, masks are required. Outside, they are not. Luckily for them, most of this place is basically outside. There aren't four walls around most of building. This is the check-in area. Christmas tree still up. Like I said, it is early January. On this side, now we start into the restaurants. This This is the Asian restaurant, Lemongrass. They do have some teppanyaki tables in there. They also have a couple tables out here on the water. Most of the restaurants are only open for dinner, which starts at 6 p.m. For lunch, you have basically the buffet and the place next to the pool, which we'll get to. Like I said, this one is Lemongrass. The entire resort is basically split into two sides. There's the side we're on right now, which is the lobby and all the dining and the pool, and then there's the side with the rooms on it, which we'll see. This side is a little maze-like until you get used to it, which luckily I am now, but it definitely took a day to get used to it. But a lot of these covered corridors with these pools in between, they all look pretty similar. This, I know it looks kind of the same as the Asian place. The Asian place is actually that one down there. This one is well, it's kind of a combination right now. Normally it's Cebu, which is Mediterranean, which is mostly Italian in this case. Last night, actually, we ate at the Blue Water Grill, which is supposed to be their steak and seafood place, and they sat us inside Cebu anyway, because Cebu was closed. Basically, straight ahead there, where you've probably seen some people walking, that is the buffet. They are open during busier times, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Right now, it's only breakfast and lunch, because they actually have enough seating in their fancier restaurants to seat everybody. This is the buffet lunch, and breakfast, lunch. Dinner, when it's a little busier, this week, most of the week, it has been closed for dinner, but they have an assortment of desserts, and make your own pasta station, hot foods over here, hamburger station there. It's, and the quality is honestly better than I expected. It's legitimately pretty good. And this side is the massive pool. We will see this quite a bit. It is very large. It's really well designed, actually, in that there are a lot of these little, like, well, that's the bar right there, but a lot of curves mean that there's a lot of spots. So even when it's kind of busy, which usually is over by the swim up bar right there, you can easily find a space. I mean, my kids have been swimming basically by themselves. 2 mornings ago, I believe we were the only ones in the pool for about a half hour. We had this whole thing to ourselves. It was pretty fantastic. Back there, that's back to kind of the lobby building. We'll walk through that. I'm trying to keep this as organized as possible so you don't get super lost, but it's hard. This layout is not necessarily conducive to a tour. It's also very windy here by the beach, so I'm hoping the microphone is helping with that. See this side, this is continuation of the pool. This is my kids' favorite spot. I think there's jets in there. I think there's supposed to be bubbles in that thing that haven't been working while we're here. But they have these waterfalls over here. See somebody gardening right there. I've seen it, especially in the morning, we see just a ton of staff. There was one guy who was in the pool yesterday. Here's the rest of the pool on this side. There was a guy in the pool yesterday for 3 hours, I think, with a snorkel on, who was cleaning off the bottom of the pool. And the water it's not heated, so it's not the warmest water, especially in the morning. And he was just in there the whole time in full uniform, not even in like swimming trunks. So over here, this is Blue Water Grill. That's the steak and seafood place. Although like I said, when we ate there last night, they actually seated us in Cebu across the way. The Mexican restaurant is also there. That's the only one we haven't tried yet. That is tonight's offering, so I will pop some pictures in there. Hopefully you've been seeing pictures. Future Brian, while you're editing this, remember to put those pictures in. And then down here is the beach. The beach runs the entire length of the property. You can kind of see from here the room buildings right, finger there. Those are all those are some of the buildings where there are rooms. This is the very end of the beach. You see the massage sign down there, not part of the resort. Right here is where you can rent, all sorts of kayaks and Hobie cats and things like that. The beach in general is pretty decent quality, quite a bit of seagrass. They usually will have a tractor come through and rake it, which has not come through yet today. But it will, and it will pick up a lot of this seagrass and make the beach a little bit nicer. Lots of pool seating. See people already coming out to get their spots for the day. Like I said, it's only at about 40% capacity, so finding spots near the pool has not been an issue. If you want like one of these chairs right next to the pool, you have to get here early-ish, but honestly, if you're here by 10, you can still get a seat right in front of the pool. So, all right, I'm gonna walk straight ahead to where you're looking right now over to that lobby. I'll meet you there. All right, so here we are on the other side of the pool with that blinding Mexican sunshine coming down. Like I said, it is January. The day we left my home in Pennsylvania, we got about 4 inches of snow, so, you know, I'll take the sunshine. And this is kind of the whole lobby complex. The check-in area is down and to the right back there. The restaurants are all to my right. Straight ahead is the lobby bar. One minor complaint I have about our stay here is that it has been fairly difficult to find out hours where things are open. Some of them even have posted hours, yet aren't quite following that. Now, some of it is because of COVID protocol, some of it is just because they're not that busy. But I would definitely ask, you know, multiple times, especially if there's something you are very much wanting to do. You know, restaurants, like I said, not all the restaurants are open every night. So you gotta kind of plan, and formulating a plan is kind of tough when you don't know when things are actually open. Much like the pool, I like how they have a lot of these little areas here, lots of different seating areas, especially right now when we don't necessarily want to be seated next to other groups and things. A lot of people don't seem to mind that here, I will say. We are, you know, still for the most part trying to avoid being right near other families, especially if we're not wearing masks, like in the pool. We've found that to be very easy, and stuff like this helps, where you can kind of just pull up a couch. Lots of seating in here. At night, this definitely gets a little busier because the lobby bar right there is open later than the pool bar, and the pool bar closes at like 5. The lobby bar doesn't close until midnight, I believe, although I haven't been up that late to check. On this side over here, a theater where they do, I know they had karaoke in there, which seems kind of like a bad idea. Did not go to that. But I'm sure they did everything they could to keep it safe. Like I said, staff has been fantastic with that. So I have full faith in them. I just don't really want to watch people sing karaoke. Behind those kind of shaded doors right there is the gym. Lots of ellipticals, treadmills. They even have free weights and stuff. Have seen some people in there. I have not tried that out either. Don't plan to. Giant chessboard right there. Have tried that one out. This courtyard here with the fountain. This is how, if you are going to get some early morning coffee, this is the one you want to remember, because straight ahead there is the Coco Cafe, which is basically the coffee shop. They are maybe open 24 hours. It's hard to tell. All of the information they gave us says 24 hours, but some staff members have told me it doesn't open until 7. Shocking for me, I actually haven't been out of the room before 7. This is the Eclipse nightclub. It doesn't actually open until 10 p.m. So I have not been here. I'm even on vacation. I don't generally stay up too late. And yeah, I'm only 42, but yes, I am also 80 somehow. But during the day, you can come in here and use pool tables, table tennis, foosball, things like that if you want. They have a couple of each. And you can just come sit in here if you just want some peace and quiet. But this is kind of the late night option, especially right now, because they're not doing some of the more, you know, some of the activities where people would be more together, I guess. So back there is check-in. Straight ahead down there is the beach. We are going to turn this way over towards Coco Cafe. We are actually staying in a preferred room, which you'll see the room in a few minutes. But with the preferred club, think of it, that is right here is the preferred lounge. Think of it like the club level at Disney or Universal, where you kind of get the lounge. There's always snacks. You can get drinks in there, pretty much anytime, coffee anytime. It opens at 7 a.m. and is open until, I believe, 10 p.m., 11, I forget what they said now, but fairly late, that you can go in, get coffee, they'll make you drinks, anything like that. It's nice in between meals because it's all like hors d'oeuvres and things. Straight ahead there, that is the coffee shop. You can see popular in the morning. On this side, they have some shops. There is a jewelry store, just general market where you can get, you know, sundries and, you know, any bottle openers, shirts, things like that. And then we kind of get to the end of the lobby area here, and back towards the rooms. I'm actually not going to go this way yet because I'm going to end with the room tour. So I'm going to just show you over there. There are tennis courts, basketball courts. They have soccer nets over there. If you want to pull those out, you can get balls, rackets, things like that. You can actually even take tennis lessons if you want, although there's an extra fee for that. So far, everything I've showed you does not have an extra fee, with the exception of the preferred club lounge, where you have to be staying in a preferred club room, which of course costs a little bit more. So now I am turning left, keeping the lobby building to my left here, and walking back out towards the beach so I can show you some of that. One of the reasons actually we picked this resort is because my kids love water slides, and wouldn't you know it, not too many Caribbean resorts have water slides. These are actually fairly new ones. They renovated this whole resort in, I believe it was 2019, and they added these among other things. Now, there are only 3 of them, and I will say 2 of them are pretty slow. The 2 twisty ones are fairly slow. This guy on the right here is a quick one, but still, we've definitely done a couple of runs on those. Back this way, back kind of going towards the pool again, back to the lobby building. On my right here, this is the Barefoot Grill. This is pretty much the spot to get lunch. You can, the buffet also serves lunch, but if you don't want to fully dry off and keep your bathing suit on, you come back here to the Barefoot Grill. They have hamburgers, pizza, nachos. That's basically all they've had so far, but again, you're sitting by the pool, you just want to grab some food. It's perfectly fine. And this is, every time you've seen this pool, this is all the same pool that I'm showing you. This is not anything unusual. There is a second pool, but it's over there. I'll explain that in a little bit. There is the pool bar, 2 sides, one on land, one in the water. Both can get pretty busy depending on the time of day. Opens at 10 a.m. and at 10 a.m. the land side gets very busy for about a half hour, and then after lunch the water side gets very busy. And before I get back to where the rooms are here, we have you can see this little splash area. It's actually right next to the water slides, which are right there again. This is the Explorers Club. This is the kids club pretty much, also still decorated for Christmas. This is, I totally forget the ages on this. I think it goes up to maybe 12-ish, something like that. Definitely aimed more at smaller kids. You see all the furniture is small. The splash pad back there is meant for smaller children. I know, like a lot of things here, you have to kind of get same-day reservations for this. We haven't done it with our kids, but I know you do have to come in the morning. I believe it's between 9 and 10, and sign up your kid for the day, because there are only a certain amount of spots, especially now because they've lowered the capacity. Quite a few things are like that. The teppanyaki tables are also like that at the Asian restaurant. You have to go between 3 and 4 to reserve one for that night. We haven't done that either. We did have eaten there, but not at the teppanyaki. There's a trampoline that's closed. And then here you start getting into the rooms. So you can kind of see a building straight ahead there. There is one there, and each one is numbered. This is building 2 on the left, 3 on the right. I am in building 4 down there, but I'm going to turn you this way, and we're going to go back into the jungle. I really like how there's, not only are there 2 sides to this resort with the lobby and the rooms, but 2 completely different styles. That has kind of the Asian feel of like the Zen gardens and the pools and the ponds, I mean, and then the pool has kind of almost like a Greek or Italian architecture to it, where this back here is truly Mexican. Now there are, I believe, 14 buildings maybe. These are 12 and 13 over here. Some of them can be a little bit longer walk to, you know, the pool area, the restaurants. Even where ours is, you know, it takes a couple of minutes, nothing crazy. But that also means they're quieter over here. If you're in building 1, which is kind of next to the pool, you obviously have the best access, but you're also going to hear the music from the pool. So they do have a spa here, which is straight ahead. Oh, that's pretty. I don't think I've been here yet. I also really like this tree. I did wander around quite a bit yesterday, just prepping myself for shooting this, and because yeah, I do a little bit of prep work. Hard to believe, right? But I don't think I actually found the spa. Of course, spa services are an extra charge, not included in the all-inclusive. But I'm gonna walk you over this way first, because this is the other pool right here. It's kind of right in between all of the buildings. Now this has two caveats to it. It is the preferred pool, so you have to be staying in a preferred club room to use this pool, technically. You also have to be an adult, 18 and over. So we haven't used it because we have the kids with us, even though we are preferred and can technically use it. There's a sign not to feed the animals. Have seen some animals, including what is pictured there, which are coatis. Buenos dias. Which I'll show you that video right now. I got some video of coatis. We've also seen agouti, which look like kind of mini capybaras, and cats. This is the preferred club pool. Now, one thing we have used is right over there, the bar. One, that bar opens earlier than the others. That opens at 9 a.m. And two, when you are preferred, you get the premium alcohol included. The other alcohol is perfectly fine. I mean, Bacardi is the rum, Jose Cuervo is the tequila. Like it's decent stuff, but it's slightly better. Like for instance, I'm more of a whiskey drinker. I can get Johnny Walker Red at all the bars, which is fine. I can get Johnny Walker Black at this bar, which is a little better. All these little beds, you probably saw some of these over by the pool as well. These here, these are only for preferred club guests, but they also have to be reserved in advance. So the ones here, you come here, I believe it's at 9 a.m. for the following day. And the ones by the pool, you go over by the entertainment station, which is right next to the bar, at 9 a.m. the day before you want to get it. They're tough to get, especially the ones by the main pool, because there's only 10 of them. So you have to kind of get there and line up a little before 9 a.m., which is a little annoying. We actually got lucky in that we got one yesterday. We had asked the day before and it was too late, but there was a cancellation. So they let us know that that we could have that. So it was nice. We don't sit still very well, honestly. So we probably didn't use it to its fullest extent, but we definitely, laid in the shade for a little while. So now I'm walking back out the other side of the pool and down this little path right here. They do a pretty good job in here of making these paths all a little different. One, it helps figuring out where you are, but it's also, I don't know, just cool. This is, I believe it's the Temazcal. And it is kind of a traditional Mexican steam that you can do. I believe you have to reserve it in advance. I don't think there is a cost associated with it, but maybe is for preferred guests only. I'm not sure. I haven't actually seen anybody using it. It's definitely an interesting thing, especially when you just kind of stumble upon it, which is what I did yesterday and had to look up what it was. I remember seeing it in the brochures and everything, but these are the kinds of things, if you are booking with Touring Plans travel agency, of course, that any of our excellent travel agents will prep you on is, all the features. This is the wedding area. It is on the far, far end of the property. Oh, actually, there's a map right here that I can show you if you've been actually following along this whole time. Thank you. And this way, so you can see we are there in the far top right corner. That whole big white splotch on the left, that's all the lobby buildings, the restaurants, the pool, all that stuff. Dead center in the middle almost is the preferred pool there, and the spa right behind it, so you can see all the room buildings there. Oh, and there are 14 of them. Wow, got that right. But as you can see, if you're in building, 6, 7, 8 on the far right, that's these 6, 7, 8 over here, you're going to have a little bit more of a walk, but you're also in this very peaceful area over here. This is actually another resort right there. So, okay, maybe you don't want to be all the way on this side, but in the middle somewhere is nice. So if you have a wedding here, and there is somebody here, somebody checked in on the same day that is getting married. I don't know when though. If you have to do it inside, or if you're doing like a small reception, you would do it here. And the outdoor wedding would be down this path, and we'll walk down here and I will show you the beach from this end, since this is pretty much the farthest area away from last time you saw the beach. It's still on the property, of course. And this is where you would have the wedding if you were doing it outside. And this is the other end of the beach. Now these I also need to tell you about. So these are the swim out rooms here. These are also new as of the renovation, which was, I believe, 2019. As you can see, they are shared. There are 6 rooms total that share the swim out areas. These pools are heated, unlike the main pool, which is a nice bonus. Right now, because they're at such a low capacity, you're probably only actually sharing them with 2 or 3 other rooms. So that's a bonus at the moment. We didn't opt for the swim out room. We opted for an oceanfront room, which is basically the ones above the swim out rooms that you'll see in a second. Seeing the swim out rooms, I kind of wish we had splurged for that, but you know, maybe next time. All right, so now back over to my building, and we'll give you a quick look at the beach, the last bar, and then I'll show you around my room. So I'm now right next to my building. That bigger hut right there is the bar, some more swim out rooms. We are on the 3rd floor, kind of in the middle up there. And yeah, this is kind of the view we've been waking up to every day, is the sun coming up over the Caribbean Sea. I sure as heck I'm not going to complain about that. So let's head up there, see my room, and finish this thing. So now we get up to the room. We are on the 3rd floor. It is steps only, no elevators here. This is the room we are in, 433. Now this is, I mentioned, we are staying in Preferred Club. That doesn't really change the room at all. It just changes the amenities. This is an oceanfront. As you noticed when I started this video, that we are pretty oceanfront. We are on the 3rd floor looking straight at the Caribbean Sea. There's also one other benefit to being an oceanfront room, which I'll show you in a second. This is the entry hall. Please excuse us, we have been here for a couple of days, so our stuff is around. This is the bathroom, just one sink, pretty decent counter space. Again, like a lot of Disney hotels, I wish they put a shelf under that. Toilet on this side, separated by a door. And a shower on this side, separated by another door. These doors actually swing both ways, which is kind of nice depending on what you're doing. You know, little bench, shelf, towels. It's got kind of a rainmaker shower head, which is nice, except the water pressure is bad. And by bad, I mean I have to stand under it for a while just to get the shampoo out of my hair, let alone my wife and daughters. So over here we have a dresser, pretty good drawer space in here. TV, nice TV. There's even, a couple English language channels, Cartoon Network, and specifically that my kids have found. 2 double beds, which, come on with the double beds, hotels. Can we just have queen size beds if we're gonna put 2 of them? You have the space, just put in queen size beds. We've got the couch over here, a little coffee table, a little table, but right there, that is the other benefit to being an oceanfront room here. That is a jacuzzi tub out here on this balcony that overlooks the Caribbean Sea. As you can see, there is a table and chairs out there and then the tub, which is basically just a jetted bathtub out on the balcony. And then we get this gorgeous view again. For what we need it for, I would prefer to not share a bed with one of the kids, and there is a way to do that. They have rooms that are called family suites. Basically all it is a king room and a 2 doubles room with a connecting door between them, which would have been perfect for us. My wife and I could have slept in the king bed. Each of the kids would have had their own bed in the room next door. Everybody's happy. They're quite a bit more expensive. Like, we upgraded, the base room here is, their standard view is, I believe it's called a tropical view, if I'm not mistaken, which is all those ones you saw as we walked through, like the tropical jungle, basically. And I'm sure they're very lovely. They just have a standard balcony with the furniture, no jacuzzi tub. The next upgrade from there is to upgrade to the Preferred Club, the tropical view. Then this one with the jacuzzi tub, also Preferred Club. Then you go to those swim out rooms, is the highest level, basically. When I priced it out for this trip, the family suite, even just for the tropical room, was more expensive than the swim out rooms were. So it was only 4 nights. We decided we'd rather have to share a bed and get the better amenities and the jacuzzi tub than pay even more for more space. If that price was closer, probably would have gone for the space. If it was a longer trip, probably would have gone for the space. But for a couple nights, we can deal with it, at least for now. As the kids get a little older, we'll see. But other than that, I really don't have many complaints about the room. My only general complaints are the ones that I've expressed already, that figuring out when things are open has been tricky. That's about it. I would definitely recommend it. I've been to a couple AM resorts now, and I've liked all of them. So, AM resorts, if you're watching this and want to keep sending me to those, that'd be great, because I've paid for all of them so far. I didn't think YouTube was for paying for your own stuff, but I guess I'm not good enough at it. I don't know. But anyways, again, thank you for watching. I know this was probably a very long video, but I really appreciate it. And let me know what you think about these kinds of videos. I'd love to be able to do more of them, probably with less frequency than Disney. I'm not sure I can get to all-inclusive resorts quite as often, but I will certainly try. Thank you for watching, and remember, in 2021, be excellent to each other.